So here we are looking at the Adidas Superstar, which is a great boot for those who want a little more skate-like feel out of the line. If you like the idea of the Samba, but you want more skate, but with not more skate, because they're very similar in skate. Pardon me. If you want more shock absorption and you want a little more response because of the power strap you see here, then the Superstar could be a good choice. And it's got a lot of similarities to the Samba in terms of response. I felt them both to be the most skate-like, the most mellow in terms of response, even more so than last year. And I think that's mainly because this flex, the tongue, is made to flex a little different this year. It flexes a little more evenly, and it's a little more comfortable than last year, where last year it was really hit and miss. Some people who bought Sambas and Superstars returned them. Some of our riders just felt pressure points throughout all of it. Some friends I know who have them didn't, but for most of us, we did. And this year, the pressure points were significantly reduced. I still feel hints of it when I cranked it down really tight to see how the response was and really jacked the power strap and all that. But riding like I normally would, I didn't really feel the pressure points that I did the year before. So that's good. It's definitely improved there. I think they need to still work on it a little bit. And you can see these boots just fold, and it's folding right here. It's folding a little bit here too, but they definitely break down. And with the power strap, it kind of almost evens it out, maybe gives you a touch more response than the Samba, but you're looking at nothing really going on in the back and a little less, it seems like a little less articulation than the Samba. So, overall, the longevity of flex will be a little bit less with this compared to the Samba, and they both just bend like that. So I'm not sure if I did that in the other review. Another thing too is these felt the largest in terms of width and length inside than any other Adidas boot. I almost felt like a size 8 might work for me, but definitely I wanted to try a size 8.5. I have a US 9, and my feet felt like they were swimming inside of this. And it's funny too, because this is the most reduced in footprint of almost any boot in their line. I think this rubber, like this kind of duckbill, whatever they're called, those duck shoes, that kind of rubber thing, it just seems to be built the smallest on the outside footprint wise, but on the inside it feels like the largest and the widest. So, and I think it has to do with the build of the shell, and then also the standard silver liner that has neoprene here and here, and it just seems like it gives your foot the most room to expand of any boot. You can really get your toes out, and if you have wider feet, this will be a good fit for you, because if you're kind of like a mid-wide to a wide foot, this will for sure fit well. I felt like I had more room than I ever needed, and even if I had sized down, that'd be great. This silver liner is a little more comfortable than last year, and I like it. You can kind of see there's a nice little thing going on inside. There's kind of like built-in J-bars that give you pretty good ankle support, but this is real smooth from top to bottom, and I like the gold and silver, the gold and bronze liner better, because it has kind of more of a mesh inside, kind of almost like a shark scale, to where it feels like it holds your boot in place. This feels a little more slidey. I didn't experience any heel lift or anything like that, but I have thicker ankles, so they generally don't. But if you're somebody with smaller ankles, this might be a little smoother, and you might want to crank it down. But I do love how the bottom part of your heel, where it almost meets the ground, can come out through here in this neoprene, and you've got all this expansion. So that's really good. Same old insole, just nothing special there. And all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this boot. The one thing I'd like to mention though is footprint, basically reduced toe heel drag. There's a significant reduction in size 9 versus size 9, and that's what I started with. But when I started buying these in size 11 for Jimbo and Zobel, the one thing I noticed is that they're about the same as Burton when you get up into that size. So the bigger you get, the less difference in footprint reduction happens between this and Burton, which is kind of the leader in the industry. At my size 9, it's like, the Burton boot's like this much taller. It's like a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. It's like a massive difference. But then as you get to 9.5, it's a little bit less. 10, a little bit less. 10.5, a little bit less. 11, they're just about even. I was kind of disappointed there. So what I think happens is Burton reduces more as it gets larger, where Adidas is consistently reduced throughout the line. So if you're a 9, the footprint reduction is amazing, and you can fit into a smaller waist, or a smaller overall width board. But when you're a 10, 11, you're kind of about the same. 10.5, 11, 11.5, you're kind of the same as Burton. Actually, this straight back here pushes the boot out a little bit further than Burton has a curve inward. They kind of curve it in here. So it fits a little deeper in the heel pocket. But if you're, let's say, an 11 with Burton, you'd probably be a 10.5 with, with Adidas. So you've got that there too. There's another advantage. So it kind of evens out. It's more personal preference on how it works for you. But overall, the Superstar is a great boot for those who want kind of a skate-like feel, and they really want to, but they want some shock absorption. They want more shock absorption than the Samba, and it's kind of a trade-off. You get more shock absorption here. The Samba gives you more longevity of flex. This gives you a little more response on the top with this power strap if you really tighten it up and crank it down, and it might just give you a touch more going on there than you would have with the Samba. But the Samba, it just goes back and forth there, and they're both great boots, and they have a considerable amount of adjustability, which is really cool, because that's what's the advantage of traditional lace over, your standard, Adidas boot. So there you have it. Traditional lace versus your standard boa, double boa, focus boa, and speed lace. So you've got, when you have traditional lace, you have all these amazing lacing options, and that's pretty cool. So it's always a trade-off. Nothing's perfect, nothing's the best. It's just what's right for you and what works best for your feet, because feet are like snowflakes, and it's very difficult to find a perfect fit for you. So try them before you take them out on the snow so you can return them. Walk around the house for a little while, get hot, get your feet hot to see how this fits best. But overall, nice improvement from last year, and I feel like the Superstar is an excellent choice for somebody looking for a skate-like feel with shock absorption. So there you have it.